Okay, so my name is Faith Kayampa. I'm Star Director of Tastefully Fragrant. The other leaders on here, they will introduce themselves, but we just kind of got to chatting about how we wanted to bring our groups together and share and kind of bring that culture back that COVID kind of killed, you know? So I cannot wait. We have so many awesome guest speakers tonight, and I'm ready to take all the notes. I hope you guys are ready to take all the notes. And thank you for showing up and taking time out of your schedule to do this. Um, I'm really excited to hear from these amazing, amazing leaders. So I'm going to go ahead and start it off. Flea is going to be our first speaker, and I'm really, really excited to hear from her. So take it away.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you guys for inviting me to do this. Second of all, I'm nervous because I haven't really done a call like this in a while. But I'm excited to see everyone's faces, and I actually really love my topic because I think it's perfect for exactly where I'm at. A lot of you guys are new faces, so maybe you don't necessarily know who I am. I am Felicia Rhodes. I am a star director of Enduring Scents. And this past 10 months to a year has been crazy. I think a lot of people are going through different seasons in their life, especially right now. But my topic, first of all, is to pick your kit up. And the reason that that topic is so exciting for me is because I let my kit get heavy for a while. I don't know if any of you guys have ever let your kits get heavy. I'm someone who really enjoys like painting a picture of things so that I can mentally understand it. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever like in your homes had like junk drawers or like a table that's a catch-all. Sometimes our kits can be that table that's a catch-all, right? Like the kit's size doesn't change, the weight of the kit doesn't change, the joy of the kit doesn't change, nothing about the kit changes. But as women and nature and men, anyone, right? Like we tend to stack a bunch of stuff on it that's not necessarily meant to be on the kit, not meant to be on the table. And so that kit gets heavy. And I let my kit get very heavy the last 10 months. Now, that's not to say that the things that were on my kit weren't important and had to be dealt with, but in the grand scheme of things, it did not actually affect what my kit was when I first got it and what it is now. Scentsy, we all paid for a kit, and if you guys got your kit for free, that's awesome. But we all got a kit, and that first moment that we got the kit, no matter what kit you open, Scentsy designed that kit to give you everything you need to be successful. Sometimes I look back on my journey with Scentsy and I think like I was more successful, or at least enjoyed my steps to success more when I let the kit be the driving force to my business, instead of all the things I kept trying to add into my kit, right? We all need systems and we all need accountability and we all need fellowship, right? Those are things that we add to our kit, right? But the content of that kit was designed to make us successful. Catalogs, testers, samples, product. That is what our business is about. And when I first got my kit, I had not bought Scentsy very often. I really joined Scentsy for a reason other than like, I just love the product and I'm spending so much money on it, right? Like it was something that I viewed to be desirable, sellable, and something that I would enjoy. So when I first opened my kit, the amount of joy that I experienced just from a few wax bars, a warmer, all these things, like I was filled with joy. And now, if you're anything like me, or if you've ever experienced this, sometimes we forget we're actually selling wax and warmers. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to smell good. It's supposed to bring people joy. It's supposed to like make you smile, and you're supposed to open up a catalog and be like, oh my God, I love this. And it looks just like my friend, this person would love that. And it's about the product. It's about Scentsy. And and when we're taking our eyes off of that, which is easy to do, I think we've all done that, right? Like our kit gets heavy. It's easy to do that. Like life comes in, and the first thing we want to kind of toss to the side or take off our shoulders is our kit. And what I'm realizing, especially in these last 10 months, is although my kit is heavy, it is the only thing that I'm carrying that gives me just as much as I give back to it. I can stress and I can worry, but stress and worry don't pay my bills. I can stress and worry, but stress and worry doesn't make me feel good, doesn't bring me joy, doesn't fill my cup. I don't know if any of you guys ever remember me ever saying that before, but I'm pretty big on filling your cup. And when you take your eyes off of your kit, it's impossible to fill your cup with Scentsy. It's impossible. You can make a million systems, and you can print a million pages, and you can watch a million trainings just like this one. But if your eyes aren't on your kit and you keep your focus elsewhere, you're not going to really experience what your kit's supposed to give you. You have to trust that Scentsy and the people who work with Scentsy, they specifically design, they don't just say like, hey, each kit just gets a random amount of product and catalogs, and like it's designed to make you successful. And what makes me super excited about this topic is, again, these last 10 months have been hell for me, but I never let my kit go. It was heavy. It still can become heavy. I do make sure that I try not to make it a catch-all table, but sometimes it's a catch-all table. We all have that. We all have those junk drawers and the catch-alls. But what's important is I'm now a single mother of 3 children. And because I did not take my eyes off of my kit, and I didn't let the weight of it become too heavy that I had to drop it, I'm able to take care of my children and put a roof over their head and support our little small family. And, you know, it fluctuates, right? Income fluctuates, team fluctuates, success fluctuates, all these things fluctuate. But what stays consistent, what stays the same is my kit, the wax, the warmer, the joy, the product. And if you take your eyes off of that, right? Like bills and life and, you know, a lot of the overwhelming adding on that we can sometimes get wrapped up in with Scentsy, if you take your eyes off of it, that's where the worry and the overwhelming and the stress comes from being a Scentsy consultant. It's not designed to make you feel that way. It's designed to make you feel whole, excited, and happy. And that's how I feel about our kids. So I don't know if any of that made sense. And do I still have time? Oh, good. Okay, good. I was kind of rushing. It feels weird, like no one talking back to me. But you guys know that I can definitely fill time up with talking. But for me, I joined in 2016. So it was like a long time ago, but I joined in a double kit month. And when I tell you guys that I was not a consultant before, or I was not a like product shopper before I was a consultant, my life changed when I got wax. And even to this day, like I still remember the joy of like getting my first free and half offs, my first party that I booked. My favorite scent warmer of the month was Pink Tulips. I don't know if any of you guys remember that. That was the month that I joined. Changed my life. I did not realize that you can love a scent more than you love life, but there I was, loving a scent more than I love life. And, you know, like that's what I want to capture, right? When you put the kit down and you're staring at it and it gets heavy and you're like, why, right? Like I think if you're not a new consultant, you're seasoned here with us, you've had those moments of like, why? What's going to make me feel more inspired? What's going to make me feel like I can keep doing this? Those moments. those moments when I helped people get free and half off Scentsy, the first recruit that I ever get. These are things that fill my cup. And I have to sometimes sit back and say, like, that's possible. If I could do it then, I can do it now. And we don't have to always reinvent the wheel. That's really important because I was a consultant in 2016, and guess what? Some of the products have changed in the kit, but the kits have stayed the same. The kits have not changed. It's testers, it's catalogs, it's all the things that you need to become successful. Superstar directors to certified consultants, we all got the same exact kit. It's how we utilize these kits. And I talked to one of my girls today on a coaching call. Her name's Teresa. I hope she's a guest speaker for us one day. She is amazing. She's one of my directors. And I was talking to her and I was like, you know what? I really feel like I could gain just as much from you. So I would love for you to give me a coaching call, right? Like, let's change the script up, like fill my cup up, because I think that I could learn something from someone so great. And she told me one of her main concerns was like her business is great, it's booming, but she doesn't know necessarily if what she's teaching her team is great. And she kind of thought, well, I can't teach you. You're my star director and everything, right? And it's like, no, like, first of all, I'm an image person, right? So I told her, I was like, you and I could both read the same book about carpentry. And then someone can give me a big pile of wood, but I wouldn't necessarily know how to take what I learned from the book and implement it into a pile of wood and make it something that I want. But you could have more experience, or you can know exactly what you read, and you can read the book, see the pile of wood, and know the steps on how to make it. And all I would need to be successful to build something out of this pile of wood is you showing me how you interpret it. And that makes each and every one of us a leader. That makes every single one of us capable of teaching and sharing and building something together. And that's what the kits are, right? We're all given the same exact product. We're given the same exact kits. But maybe how I looked at it, my pile of wood, my kit, could be different how you looked at your pile of wood and your kit. And it's so important for us to share and to fellowship and to not say, well, I can't do it. I read it. I have this pile of wood. I don't know what I'm doing. When in actuality, you just have to raise your hand and say, hey, who can help me? Or, hey, how can I redo this? Because even as a star director, there's still so much that I want to learn. And there's so much where I let my kit get heavy and it was my catch-all table. And now I've cleared the table off, but maybe the game's changed a little, right? That happens. And I want to fill my cup, but I don't want to put my kit down. And it's very important for you to realize that. Like, your kit has to be a priority in your life. And with Scentsy direct sales, with the thoughts that, like, I could just do something else, whatever you still choose to do else will be so much more beneficial if you still don't put your kit down. I can go to school and become a doctor, but the income I'm making from Scentsy is still going to launch me into being a great doctor because I have utilized my kit. And the people who look at their kit and they don't utilize their kit, they're the ones, just put your hand up, because there's a lot of people here that want to help. And I'm someone that I put my hand up. Like, just being asked to do this call is helping me. If you know me personally, you know how much that's helping me. And I've moved 5 times in the last 10 months. It has not been fun. I won't get into it, but let me tell you, the first thing I packed and the first thing I unpacked was my kit. No matter where I was, no matter how long I could stay, no matter how I was feeling, no matter how often my catch-all table got busy and crowded and full, I never put my kit down. So, that's all I had. So, is that okay? Or you want me to keep talking? Because I could totally just keep rambling, but I feel bad that I'm like talking so much and so fast. So
You're good. This is good. We have 5 minutes left. If you want to keep talking, go for it.
well, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say now because that was like all my notes.
No, that was perfect. I think so many people can relate to that. And we're all in different seasons of our business, but Flea's right. Like we all have a kit. We all have the exact same thing. We need to pick it up. And there are always going to be things in life that are hard. And we never know what's going on in people's lives. You guys, we never know. And we're better together. That's all there is to it. So thank you so much, Lee. I really
Thank you guys.
that.
I feel so happy that you guys asked me to do this. So thank you.
It was good. It was really good. I'm really glad about that. Thank you so much. I was keeping time because I'm really bad at keeping time. Okay, so now we have Miss Alley Cat Turner. She is going to talk to us about annual sales. And I'm super excited about this. Let me highlight her.
All righty, guys. Hey, as Faith just said, I am Allie. I'm the director of Bliss Beyond Scents team. And let me just say, I was not that nervous prior to joining the meeting, but after Felicia, yeah, that's going to be a really hard one to follow. That was, oh gosh, that was just hitting like all the feels. So I am one of those consultants that is not as seasoned as some of you. I haven't quite hit my two-year anniversary with Scentsy yet, but I just love hearing from you guys that have been in it longer and to get your perspective. So my topic is annual sales tonight. So just to get kind of the foundation out of the way, for those of you who are newer or may not be very familiar with annual sales, we are given 2 awards throughout the year, and one of our other fantastic leaders will be talking about one of them, but the one I will be talking about is annual sales. And so we are given from May 1st to April 31st to reach this goal. So the clock just reset. So if you don't have on your running shoes yet, you need to put them on because the clock is ticking and time is not waiting on us. So annual sales is 30,000 worth of sales between May 1st and April 31st or April 30th. I don't even know how many days are in April. That's terrible. So big, scary number. Okay. When I first heard of annual sales, I honestly thought I will never, ever, ever achieve that. That is something that only the top consultants in the company will achieve. No, it wasn't even something that I considered achievable for myself. And I like to push myself outside of my comfort zone sometimes, but that was I just knew it was way out of reach for me. But if you do reach your annual sales goal, you receive $1,000 bonus. And I don't know about you, but $1,000 can do a lot. You get recognition at SFR, and you get a personalized trophy. So there's lots of perks, but I think the bragging rights are just the best to me because that's like a huge goal. And if you achieve annual sales, like that is something that you need to pat yourself on the back for. So my husband uses this quote all the time, and it sounds really weird, but I thought it fit this perfectly. He always says the only way to eat an elephant is by taking one bite at a time. And if you think about it, annual sales is that elephant. Like, again, I pictured annual sales as being this big giant thing that I would never be able to achieve, to overcome. It was the elephant. And in that quote, it says the only way to eat that elephant is to take it one bite at a time. So when you think of the number 30,000, that sounds so scary. But if you take it bit by bit and break it down into doable steps, annual sales is so achievable if you work hard. Like Felicia said, do not put your kit down, stay consistent. It is so doable. So what I want you guys to do, for all of you newbies joining our team and our groups, I want you to push for annual sales. That clock just started ticking, so we have a whole year. So let's get to moving. So I want your goal to be 2,500 in PRV every single month. So if you take that 30,000 and divide it by 12 months, which is what we have, all you need is 2,500 PRV every single month. And if you want to break it down to an even smaller bite, that's a little less than 85 PRV per day. Now, I don't know about you, but 85 sounds a lot more doable than when I think of 30,000. Yes, 85. I can handle that. That's a little more doable. Okay. Get my ducks in a row. I can achieve that. So set a goal for at least 2,500. I have always tried to aim higher than that. Sometimes I reach that goal. Sometimes I don't. That's just the name of the game. That some months are awesome. So you think about harvest collection and holiday. Those are our big months. We've got summer collection this month. So it's the perfect time to jumpstart your annual sales journey. So the months where we have these really big collections that launch, that PRV number may be way higher than that. And then, we all have business or months in our businesses that tend to be a little bit slower than others. So you may not have that much. So I always try to aim higher just in case, you get sick or something happens with your kids or something where you're not able to fully dedicate 100% of your time to your business like you typically would, to give yourself that little bit of cushion. So always aim higher, but break it down. Eat that elephant one bite at a time, and you can achieve annual sales. Don't look at it as being some mountain that you cannot overcome. I was that person. I thought never in a million years will I reach annual sales, at the time. So the majority of this year, I have not even been a director. Okay. I just hit director in October. So I was still like a star consultant, superstar consultant. So I was not anywhere close to the top of the company by any means. So I had that mindset going in that only those at the top could achieve something like this. It was never something I even considered for myself, but I was like, no matter what title you have, you can achieve this if you put in the effort to do it. Annual sales does not have anything to do with having a team. This is strictly your business. So what you put into it, what you invest into it, you are going to receive so much more. So here's just a few tips on how to earn annual sales. Number one, this is the biggest advice I can give you. Track it. And if you look in any of the groups right now on Facebook where people are talking about annual sales, everybody says track it. There's all these cute trackers out there. If you like things that are bright and colorful, create your own, keep track of it on your phone, whatever you want to do. And the cool thing now, we have an annual sales tracker in our workstation. So literally I was going in month by month, updating my numbers, calculating it, doing my own calculations. But now Scentsy gives that to us. So take advantage of it, but write it down. So what you can't see is right behind me. I have a big dry erase board that I have stuff stuck to. My tracker is in my face every time I sit down at this desk. So I'm constantly looking for annual sales, annual mentor. If you're not tracking it, you are not going to hit it. And I don't even know who she was, but I saw some girl comment that she missed it by like 700 PRV because she was not tracking it. And so she got to the end of the cutoff period and realized she was so close to having annual sales, but because she had not tracked it, it had just kind of slipped through the cracks. So if you didn't start May 1st, I highly suggest you start tonight tracking annual sales if that is something that you want to push for. And you know what? If you try your hardest and you don't reach it, guess what? As long as you've tried hard and you've put your best foot forward and you've given it your all, be proud of yourself still. Okay. That's just an award. Okay. Just some fancy title, just a little bit of recognition. But if you've put forth the effort and you have rocked your business and you have done everything you you should be dang proud of yourself whether you reach that 30,000 or not, because it is a big, scary number. So don't beat yourself up if you didn't get it this year. There's always next year, and let that motivate you to reach it this year. I guess technically now it's this year since we just started. So track it. Number one thing. Also, Felicia said this, you have to stay consistent. So that doesn't mean that I can be a Scentsy consultant today and never post or never ask people to a party for a few weeks. I can't sit my kit down and expect to reach this. I can't pick and choose when I want to be a Scentsy consultant. If you want to achieve big, scary things, you have to put in the effort. You have to stay consistent in your business, even when that kit gets heavy, even when you feel like giving up. Let it rest for a day, pick that right back up and keep going. Get yourself in the right headspace and keep on going. Do not sit it down. Do not stop. If you want to achieve it, you have to work super hard. So stay consistent. Also partying. We know our business revolves around partying, right? If you want high PRV, you have to be partying, because we all have our loyal customer base, but eventually we're going to burn them out. Eventually they're not going to need Scentsy every single month. And if you're not partying, you're not expanding your customer base. And if you're not expanding your customer base, your sales are going to steadily go down. Okay. So you have to be partying in some way or fashion, expanding those relationships, expanding that customer base. And when you meet new people, I don't care if you meet somebody on the sidewalk and you strike up a conversation about Scentsy, get some way to follow up with them, because you make these relationships, but if you're not following up with them, they're pointless. They're meaningless. They're not helping your business. They purchased from you one time during a friend's party, but if you are not following up with them, building that relationship, guess what? They're not going to come back to you. So follow up. That is great customer service. Make sure you have great customer service with your frequent shoppers or customers that support you. Treat them good so they want to keep coming back to you, because I don't know about you guys, but where I live, there are several Scentsy consultants right here in a really small area. You have to set yourself apart. And if I don't show that good customer service, they could pick any of those other consultants to go to. And then guess what? I've just lost a customer and my customer base has shrunk that much more. My sales are going to go down. So party, expand that customer base. Maybe you enjoy doing vendor events. I much rather do a vendor event than a party. I'm all about events. And so I just did an event this past weekend and got 60 contacts. Guess what? I'm following up with every single one of them. I got every single one of them's information. Everybody that purchased, I got their information. I'm following up with them. I'm building that relationship and hopefully 60 new customers. So the more you party, of course, that PRV is going to go up, right? Parties are a big part of our business for increasing sales. So good customer service. And then lastly, I'm going to leave you on this. This is something that I talk to my teammates about a lot. It's something that I am really passionate about, and it is selling without selling. So I don't know about you guys, but I think when I think of salesmen, I think of going to a car lot, and before you can even get all four tires into a car dealership, someone's running out the door, chasing you, trying to sell you a vehicle. I hate that. It makes me want to turn around and leave. I cannot stand a cringy salesman. We don't want to be those people. I hope that we are not those people, or I hope we're not viewed as those kinds of people. Okay, so I want to challenge you guys to sell without selling. And if you look at all of our top leaders, that is exactly what they do. If you are new here, watch your leaders. They're doing something right. Obviously, they've made it to the top. So watch your leaders. So when I say sell without selling, that means when you are cleaning your kitchen, do a quick little video of you using the counter clean. Show how it cleans your nasty sink. Show how it is great on stainless steel. Show how you use it to clean the soles of your shoes, whatever. Share, 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 and use real life images, real life videos. Show yourself using the product, because when you show that you love it and that you genuinely, truly use it in your home and you're not just trying to sell a product, that is going to bring in so many more sales than you posting a pretty, colorful flyer. That does nothing for nobody. It might catch their eye because it's colorful, but they're scrolling right on by. But when you make it personable and you show the products in action, it piques people's curiosity and they want to try it too. So sell without selling. Put your face behind these products. Tell why you love them, show yourself using them, how you use them around your home, and I promise the sales will follow. So just to recap really quick, earning annual sales, track it. Don't doubt yourself. You've got this. Take it one bite at a time. $85 a day is all you need. Stay consistent. Do not put your kit down no matter how hard it gets. Keep on pushing through. Showing up for yourself, for your team, for your customers, party, vendor events, bump that PRV, girl. And then good customer service, following up. Again, that goes along with expanding your customer base, and sell without selling. And I promise you, annual sales can be yours if you just put it in the work. All righty. Thanks, guys.
That was so awesome. How am I supposed to follow up with that, Allie? Gosh. All right, guys. Try to find this. Okay. All right. So I'm hiding y'all behind my other screen, because if not, I'm going to be looking at y'all and not paying attention to my notes. And I'm a squirrel. So, okay. So thank y'all so much for having me as well tonight. I'm really excited for you guys to all be on. And I feel like we all need this so much. So thank you guys. My name is Lauren Wright. I am a star director for Team Relentless Grace. I'm going to talk about the join opportunity and the join kit that we have, the join special that we have this month. So as most of you guys know, May is National Clean Air Month. And let me just say too, I have Felicia on standby to text me in case my Wi-Fi goes out, if I get kicked off, because it's already done it twice now. We need a new router and this is stressing me out. So hopefully I don't get kicked off. But anyway, so this month is National Clean Air Month. And Scentsy is doing a join special, okay, with a air purifier. So it's originally $99 unless you're doing the Earn a Kit, but with the purifier, it's $2.99. So I was just curious, and I kind of went through and like deviated like the different kits up and just tried to see the differences between the two. Obviously one's more expensive for obvious reasons. You're getting that air purifier, but you're still getting amazing things in addition to that purifier. You're still getting 2 packs of pods, a Scentsy Fresh, and a fragrance flower. So I know that that price point may be intimidating to some to promote that. And I feel like even for me, like recruiting is scary in itself. And then trying to offer someone a join kit that is $299 is super intimidating. And it doesn't have to be that way. So there are ways that you can introduce and share the opportunity to someone without talking about the price point. Okay, that's something you can kind of leave like at the end. So what I want to talk about today is, first of all, why it's important to sponsor. Why is it important to recruit? Okay, so you think about the opportunity. Think about the opportunity as a blessing. Okay. Make an impact by blessing someone with the opportunity, because you guys know just as well as I know that when you bless someone with the opportunity, you're changing lives potentially and potentially changing someone's circumstances. So when you share the opportunity with someone, you're gifting them the opportunity for something that they're missing in their life. Okay. So friendships, they may need that source of financial freedom, or a place to feel empowered, a place to feel confident, a place to be able to feel like they can find personal development, to be able to find their self-worth, to be able to travel the world, either with the company or on their own terms, making the money to be able to afford trips. You're giving them a place, a purpose, and you don't know exactly what Scentsy can do for someone unless you talk to people and connect with people and have intentional conversations with people. So, maybe someone's in a situation that they can't get out of. Maybe someone's in a situation, you don't know what happens behind closed doors. And maybe someone's thinking like, I've got to get out of this job or this relationship, and Scentsy can be the way. I've seen this business move through so many people's lives and bless them in ways that like are indescribable. And I would have never known had I not joined Scentsy and been a part of to see. So thinking about like, who this company could bless, what this company and what this business can do for somebody. So find those people. Okay. So how are you going to find those people? You're going to meet people in person. You've got your social media at your hands. You've got, your kids' school. You've got the grocery store. You have, party attendees, people that come to your house for your kid's birthday party or mom's night out, whatever it is. You are constantly meeting new people. And making those connections with people is going to be, the forefront of sponsoring and recruiting. I know you can make a list of 100 for your customers, but you can also make a list of 50, start small. For people that are like prospects, people that, I know Jane down the street is a single mom and she's working 2 jobs, 3 jobs. Like, how could this business possibly bless her life and her family's life and be able to provide more time and freedom with her family and financial freedom? Maybe somebody just wants extra spending money. Maybe they want to go buy, I don't know, a luxury pocketbook or something that they just can't seem to want to purchase themselves with the money that they make from their normal 9-to-5 job. That extra spending money, maybe someone needs diapers, groceries, whatever it may be. You guys know just as well as I do, inflation is ridiculous right now. And the prices of everything have skyrocketed. Things are so expensive. Gas is ridiculous. So thinking about how this business can bless people and who to find, who to connect with. Think about the people that, you have in your life that are great customers. Like, don't be afraid to recruit those customers or even have those conversations with them, because maybe they see a warmer or the diffusers or the air purifier in the catalog and they want it, but they just can't afford it. And they tell you like, I would love to get this, but I just can't afford it. Think about how this opportunity could bless them, right? So no matter what the join special is, that's something that is at your fingertips to promote, to be able to bless someone with and to talk about. You need to educate yourself on the air purifier. You need to know your P's and Q's about warmers, wax, pods, all the different things that are going to come in a kit for someone to be able to use to successfully carry out their business. But you don't want it to be like pushy. You don't want to cold message someone. You want to share the joy of this business and what it means to you and how impactful it's been for you, you kind of want to like spread that to them. You don't want them to be left feeling overwhelmed or anxious or nervous or scared. Obviously, those feelings are all normal, especially if someone's so interested and ready to jump. But you don't want someone like running from you. Like it's all in the way that you produce it to someone. It's people aren't going to remember what you said, it's how you make them feel. How did you leave them feeling? Did you leave them feeling like impactful, like, wow, this is really something that, you know, I see Faith or Stacy, you know, it's blessing their lives. And I think I can do it too. So kind of leave them with an imagination of this has truly blessed their lives and it could do XYZ for me as well. And then, like I said, the amount of money that you can make in this business. Obviously, that's something that drives a lot of people to success, but thinking of all of the blessings in the business, like it trumps it all. And finding where those people, so I talked about, you know, making your list of 50 or whatever it is that you want to do, but seeing people in person, social media, birthday parties, grocery stores, things like that. But you're going to want to find a way to connect to these people, because you may not want to just jump out and say, hey, I'm a Scentsy consultant and this is what I do and blah, 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 blah. Like it's kind of tacky, right? So having conversation starters, something that I get a lot of questions about. I wear a lot of Scentsy shirts when I go out everywhere. And you're branding yourself, first of all. People see like a shirt that has these weird graphics on it. Maybe they don't know what Scentsy is. And, you know, if they comment on your shirt and say, hey, that's a cool shirt, or I like your shirt, talk about it, you know, or if you go to the grocery store in the middle of the day, or maybe not in the middle of the day, maybe it's in the afternoon and you've got a branding shirt on and someone asks, you know, are you not working today? Or what are you up to today? Like, talk about it. You don't have to say, oh, I'm a Scentsy consultant and just leave it at that. Like, be authentic and don't be so generic. Just give them something that's going to make them want more. You can start by saying, like, I'm a fragrance specialist and I sell home decor and fragrance, or I make the world smell better and I'm changing lives. They're going to wonder, what in the world does this girl do? Like, is that a real job? Like, what is this? I want more. Like, I need to know. So, and like Allie said, when you make these connections, you need to be able to follow up with these people. So if you have like little mini join kit, like, I don't know, if you get those little holographic little zipper pouches and put some join info in there and a little postcard, business card, whatever, get their name, get their email, their cell phone number, text them, follow up, see, like, if they're not interested in, you know, joining, maybe they want to do a party or something. And then you can talk about potentially if this person if gets in touch with you and you guys talk, maybe they'll want to host with you and flip and all those things. You need to, you know, connect in an authentic way, but make sure that it's intentional. And the whole cold message thing, like, we all know that's a huge no-no. That's why we all have such a bad rep as an MLM, because you get cold messages from people you haven't talked to in 10 years, 15 years, and it's just tacky. So hold on, I'm trying to go off my notes so I don't miss anything. Trying to think. Okay. But yeah, so as long as you're sharing consistently, this is the hardest part of this business: recruiting and building a team and keeping a
We might have lost her. I know her internet. Yeah, did we lose her? Okay. Okay, so we can jump to Jen if you're ready, Jen. I'm trying to find you on here and we can go from there and we can kind of get.
Sure. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear. Okay.
Oh,
Wait, she might be back.
oh, she's back. Okay.
I told you it was going to happen. I'm done. But I just want to leave you with, I don't know where it cut me off, but the 3 legs of success. Sponsoring is a huge part. And this month is something that you guys need to remember. This business can bless so many lives. And if you are
Whoops.
She is just having internet issues. Okay, before Jen
Okay.
speaks, I have to Jen. I have to interject on Jen. If you guys don't know Jennifer Brandt, you need to go follow her on social media. You need to stalk her, hound her. She is an amazing person, number one, and she is an amazing Scentsy consultant. I mean, I know she's going to be SSD rather soon, but she actually just came back from her top 75 trip out of over 300,000 active consultants, top 75 out of the entire company. She needs to be shouted out. That is huge. I hope this embarrasses you, but you are an amazing person. You do such a good job. You work so hard, and I cannot wait to hear everything you had to say. But I just had to like shout you out for that. Okay, go ahead.
Wow. Now I'm supposed to speak after that. So I had a list here of how I wanted to approach this, and I was sitting here and I'm not like, I don't really like what I was about to say. So I am Jennifer Brandt. I am star director of Wickless Scents, and I'm going to talk to you guys about Annual Mentor. The reason why I chose to go ahead and speak about this, because as mentioned before, this is day 2 of our new calendar year. This is the month that I really focus on doing all of my sponsoring. Last year in May, I sponsored so many that I actually earned the award for sponsor of the month out of all star directors. And you get like a cute little extra charm. It's something different. Only one, they give one per title. So I'm on the mission to have that again. I've already recruited one person this month with the air purifier kit. And I have 2 more lined up, hopefully for payday. So with that being said, just take some notes. I'm going to kind of give you the bread and butter of what I do. Real quick, I only have 15 minutes to talk, but you guys, I actually have a YouTube channel, and I get into really detail on the Scentsy Club and different things, because I'm going to tie that into this in my recruiting. Go find that video. I really go over everything, like the way that I sponsor, because I truly sponsor mainly through the Scentsy Club. So I'm continuously having to work really hard to get more people to join that. So eventually those people will turn into my future teammates. So with that being said, Annual Mentor, this is the 3rd year in a row that I have earned it. I actually, it is tough. This is the hardest one that you can earn. You get $25 per certified of those people that you recruit during the calendar year for Scentsy. And if they hit lead, you get $50 per person. So I sponsored this time I had 20 people who certified. I actually had, of those 26 people hit lead. That is hard. I am very proud of that, because I worked really hard with them. And I kind of figured out how I can make that happen with large numbers instead of getting by with the skin of my teeth, because the previous years I barely got my 14 consultants. So you have to sponsor 14 new consultants during the Scentsy calendar year, and they have to get at least certified, selling 1,000 lifetime for them to get to hit their certified, which you guys should already know that. The calendar year is from May 1st to April 30th. So right now we should be working on it. With my team, I work with the Frank list. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Frank list, but I like how it breaks it down into friends. I don't even know what I don't even know what it, like acquaintances, neighbors. I like how it breaks it down. It's very simple. It's not so overwhelming. I can share that form with you guys if you want to print that out, but I like to have that visual. That's how I look for parties. That's how I look for new prospects when it comes to recruiting and my club. I personally recruit as many people as I can in this month. And you know why? Because we have 12 whole months. If we have some that are super slow, to get them to 1,000, that's how I was able to hit with so many people with the certified consultants. It's because they had 12 whole months to make that happen. I had some that are just barely getting close to their 1,000 last month, and I missed them. And so make sure you have your recruiting game on now. You do not want to wait to the very last minute, because if you do, then you're not giving the newbies that you have sponsored time to make that happen, because not everybody is going to work the same as you do. I have people ask me all the time, how do I sponsor so many people? Because I have at least 2 to 3 people that I sponsor a month. Well, the way that I do it is by the way that I share Scentsy. I literally share Scentsy one way or another with everyone. I vomit Scentsy when it comes to talking to someone, and I can't help it. I even have a shirt that says caution. I may talk about smell goods at any moment, but it's seriously, I talk about it and bring it up in conversation all the time when it fits. I don't just cold message people. It's not like that. For example, I had this girl that she's the one who joined this month. She had just finished a party with me. And she really wanted the air purifier. And I know that she's probably only going to buy from herself. That is fine. I still welcome all those people, because they have a whole year, guys, to get to 1,000 PRV for the total, so they can hit certified. So even though she's made it very clear that she's not going to probably sell, I still encouraged her, hey, listen, we're closing out your party. And she got all her rewards. And I told her, I said, I know you really wanted this air purifier. There's a deal going on. You get the flower, you get the extra goodies in here with your air purifier, 2 packs of pods, and then you can actually start buying from yourself. And I said, I know you've made it very clear that you do not want to sell Scentsy, and that is fine. I respect that. But it would be silly of me not to offer you this opportunity. And that's exactly what I told her, because she could actually make money off of herself because she loves the product so much. She joined. She thought that was great. She already asked me if I could help her set up a party link for herself, because now she has some friends wanting to buy a few things, even though she's not going to push it. And I know that she'll be one of my people who will end up hitting certified, because she will buy from herself, and she will have from time to time. I mean, we still have Christmas coming up and our holidays in the fall. They're going to get active. What I really want to get into is the Scentsy Club. This is how I truly sponsor everybody that I have, because I get people addicted to Scentsy so much that I glorify the Scentsy Club. I have literature, I have different literatures, because everybody responds differently when it comes to flyers. Like I do scent bags each month, and every month I have a flyer in there that talks about the Scentsy Club. If they liked anything in their bag, they add it to the club. And I'll have people like say to me when I'm talking to them in person, well, and I'm talking about the club, well, I didn't know about that. And I'm thinking, I have literature in your bag every single month. So they obviously just toss it. Whereas some people like the visual and they need to read it instead of talking. Everybody responds to information differently. We need to make sure that we are offering the information about the Scentsy Club either in your stories, you're talking about it in person, you are making literature. I have literature and I have 3 or 4 different ways that I present it, because different things catch their eyes differently to eventually it clicks. Like you have to tell someone 10 times in order for it to snap. One thing that I do like to mention and make sure your customers know that the Scentsy Club is absolutely free. A lot of people think that there's a catch, there's a fee, there's a cancellation fee. And I always like to make sure that I mention that on anything that I'm doing, that it's absolutely free, because I've had people say, well, what's the catch, or what's the fee for joining, or what's that. So I make sure that I throw that out there any way that I can. Next, let's see, what else do I do? The literature. Okay, so I do these bags. So everything's kind of like twining together, but this is how I do it. I do these monthly bags, and with these monthly bags, I always have LTOs in them. I always make sure that I get people hooked on these LTOs, and they have stickers on them saying that if you like this scent, it will be going away soon, add it to your club. I make sure that I am very intentional about what I'm putting in their noses to get them to join the Scentsy Club, because I want them to love it so much that they feel that they have to add it to their club right now before it goes away. So they'll have it forever and always. And then what happens is over time, it grows and it grows and it grows. And when I start getting my clubbers around $100, that is my red flag. Hey, this person needs to be on my team, because if they're spending $100 a month, or they're spending $100 in their club, then they need to be a consultant and start getting paid off of themselves. And that's exactly what I tell them. I will reach out, hey, Susie, your club is about $100. This is crazy. And I am doing you a disservice by continuing to take your money. So what I do is I'm like, hey, you need to join, even if you don't sell any Scentsy and you're just buying from yourself, you need to get paid from yourself. This is kind of crazy, because the money that you're making and that you're spending, you'll get that little bit back, and that can be applied right to your club. So that is really, truly the trick that of what I do to get people to join my team is I'm like, listen, $100, this is crazy, because here's the thing. Fall's coming. Everybody loves spending money on the fall warmers and the Christmas things and the LTOs. They're going to get certified. Between their club and between the stuff that comes out, the LTOs, they spend the money, because then they'll be buying it for their mom, or they'll be buying it for so-and-so. So that's why I try to really recruit really heavy in the month of May, because I like to give my customers time. Of course, I have other random ones throughout the year. They don't join through the club, that they just join from me sharing, or they'll reach out, or they will refer to me or whatnot, and they hit it super fast. But in case that doesn't happen, because I'm not going to sugarcoat it, it is hard recruiting. I know recruiting is hard for everyone, but this is my way that I've learned, and it works for me. I think it's super easy because they're obviously, if they're clubbing with you, they're already a Scentsy addict. So I don't have to worry about upsetting them or feeling too pushy because they love the product that much. I have a girl who she has 2 different clubs. Her mom clubs with me. She probably spends every month $150, and I cannot get her to join for the life of me. But she is still on my list for my dream team, and I will snag her one day. I know sometimes my husband's like, hey, you don't want to recruit everyone because of my sales and stuff. But the thing is, your team, and I have I have one person that comes to mind on my team that she doesn't want to recruit her customers because she's afraid it's going to hurt her sales. And let me tell you that, yes, maybe if you recruit one of your clubs, like maybe another club will go away, maybe some friends and some things like that, but you will find more customers. You're going to be partying. You're going to be meeting new people. You're going to be growing your customer base. So you losing that and getting your teammate is so worth it. It is so worth it. You will find, and I promise you, you will find more customers. So recruit them. I always tell my team, don't be greedy. Give someone else the opportunity and the blessing that Scentsy has given you. Because let me tell you, I know personally this business has completely changed everything. And I know it can change their lives as well. Let me see. How much time do I have? Okay, so I only have a couple more minutes. But like I said, I actually go into a lot of detail on my YouTube channel about the Scentsy Club, how I do thank you boxes. I do club boxes. Every time there's a club that processes, I have this little box and it is loaded with samples of LTOs. It has a little card in there. It'll let them know this scent will be discontinued after this date. Make sure you add it if you love it. And I do this every time one processes. Well, I do it for the month. Like I'll do one day and I'll go, everybody that processes for that month, I'll do it. And I'm stuck, like I have right now, 34 clubbers, and it would be much higher. But the thing is, I'm continuously recruiting them. So the number drops and it's gonna drop, and that is okay. I've had 2,000 clubs or dollars worth of clubs come out in 1 month. And then last month I only had, I want to say 400 because there were a bunch of little ones. This month I have 22 that's supposed to come out because you know how they can pick, when they come out and everything. But the thing is, you have to not only talk about sponsoring and the opportunity, but you need to make sure just as much as you do that, you need to be talking about the club, because when you're talking about the club and you're glorifying the club and getting them to join that, just keep that in mind that more than likely those clubbers will become consultants, because people they'll love the products more and more and more as they add it to their club, and they might as well get paid if they're clubbing with you. Anyways, find my YouTube on that, because I do go into, it's probably an hour worth of me showing you stuff and talking really in a lot of detail. But anyways, anybody have any questions with that?
I'm excited to go watch your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Just like see.
I have a lot of, I was looking for it and I was like, oh yeah, too bad I can't just like copy and paste it here, because I was on a roll. It just kept coming out when I was doing that video.
That was really good. Thank you so much for sharing, Jen. Does anybody have any questions for any of our guest speakers, or just anything that we kind of went over tonight? Because we went over a ton of information. I know how to use Zoom, guys.
What was that one?
If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. That's why we have our leaders on here. Like, utilize them. And you can drop a question in the chat box. Yeah, we can stop recording before the